Afternoon, Mike and Trevor. Afternoon, everyone. As per normal, just give it 2-3 minutes and we'll get started. How's it, Trevor? Sure. You're right there. So dollar still almighty. Okay, that's 4 o'clock. Yeah, we could start. We might as well start right up in the alphabetical AUD. That's going nicely. We've already modified the profit. I think it was about 68-ish. I can't remember now. If you're still in this one, you can modify again. I think we get some noise at 68. Look at the 50-minute chart, around about the 68 mark. So expect a bit of noise there. You might want to take it. It continues the dollar strength. You might want to hold it, but it might get a bit of a bounce there. Having said that, you can modify it down to 68.30. So 68.30, built in 50 pips, you're still in. And see if it breaks, and you can ride it down further. The dollar's all strong, could break it, but it might get a bit of noise around the short covering TPs. 68 is quite common there. So it might get a little bit of a move around there, maybe a small bounce, we'll see. And then if it falls, goes great. If it doesn't, you stop that 68.30, well, so be it. You made a decent profit. Okay, so that's a nice winning trade. What else? So Eurocab are out, so no point going over spilled milk there. EuroCHF, some guys I still think are in that one, so I want to just go over it with you guys again. That was, some guys got in late. Some stopped out, some went in a little bit later, I know that. At 68.10, so now it's 67.70, 60. If you did get it 98.10 for a short, as mentioned yesterday, those who did go in, move it down, stop loss to entry, so you can't lose on the trade. And the second time around, looks like it's okay. So just keep an eye on that one. Okay, we went in again this morning. CAD JPY at 105.70. I've got down here 73, actually, to be very honest. That's gone back up again. That's good stuff. So 105.73. If you got it around about that, you can put your stop at 106 sorry, 106, 105.80. So you can't lose the trade. It's bobbing around. It's battling to break above these highs. Look at the 15-minute there. It's battling to break above that, like coming off. I'll be honest, I took mine at that level just now before entering. It was up there about half an hour ago. I took mine at 106.06. I took mine. I actually banked it. There was a reasonable size one as well because the stop loss was fairly tight. It wasn't that high risk, so I added on a bigger bit. So I took the thing anyway. It seems to be battling to hold above there. So you might want to modify. 80 is a bit swift, maybe 70 or something, but modify a bit there. Or take it. It's up to you. Battling the breakthrough. Up to you. What's another one? Anyway, we got that from this morning's winning. Then the aggressive one, 152.78 was GBP CAD. Yeah, just a second. GBP CAD. Well, it's doing all right. Hey, GBP CAD. Really nice. Really nice. So that's the aggressive ones. The ladies who went in there, very aggressive. I always remember that famous saying. Follow. How's it go? Follow me. I'll be right behind you. So all those aggressive ones are winning on that one. Follow me. I'll be right behind you. Well done. I must admit I was aggressive. I went into myself, and I got out at 53.20. To be honest. So I was quite happy with that. Anyway, popped up, popped down again by the look of it. So we're nicely in profit. If you're still in this one and you got your stop about 53, clearly don't leave it there. Move it back down. You can make it 152.50. And you might get some more out of it. Seems to be very much range trading, as mentioned earlier on today. You see it's right at the bottom there. It might break further down, but at least if it doesn't, you're getting at 52, you made a profit, whatever happens. So it's nice to start off those two this morning. I've worked out okay. Happy with that. Good stuff. Aussie dollar worked out well. CAD we lost on. CHF JPY we did okay. I'm thinking of getting back in, and I'll be honest, I did. I got back in, came back to right about 142.20. Oh, I got in actually, but around about that level. What was it now? CHF JPY got back in again, popping back down again. But anyway, it was a profit. We did okay on that one. I put a tick on it. I'm just waiting to get back below 142.20. I popped in again, but never mind. They're not about me, it's about you guys. If you can pop back down to 142 or better, go for it. 142 or better, go for it. Okay. Right, does that cover them all? That's just a quick covering of them all. Okay, fine. So that's not so bad to start off the day with. All pretty good. All of them, no exceptions. Great stuff. And even one of the baddie Euro CHFs seemed to come around second time around. So we've only got one sort of fly in the ointment, and that was the Euro CAD, I think Euro GBP. That was stopped out as well. What was the stop? 85.90, I think it was. Euro GBP. Yeah, that's definitely stopped out. So that was a bit of a disaster. Sure, we didn't have a short on that. Sold it. Wow. Okay, because it's slightly stronger than the pound those days. Things changed. Okay, I understand. So that's got a big cross through that. So those two were negatives. Oh, well. Got to get the few reds amongst a few blues, I suppose. So be it. Okay. Right. Look at gold. It's popped below 1,700. We didn't get a bounce. Thought we might get a bounce from there. It didn't start through. Dollar beats are damn strong, obviously. As I keep saying, don't get cute. Watch the dollar. If the dollar's strengthening, which it is, clearly you don't want to be jumping into buy gold. So we missed the boat as we're selling it. Don't chase it now. But if any pullback on the dollar, which is due for a pullback, before it goes back to 110, which I think is going to happen, we might get a bit of a bounce. But maybe around about 1690 might get a bounce. But I'm a bit reluctant to join it because it's going very strongly against strong downtrend to buy it. But I think we might get a short covering bounce here. But that's going to be very much for a scalper. I think it might get back to 1700 or just about before coming off again. But we'll have a look at that for not aggressive, but super aggressive trade. If we can grab a bit of a bounce, just for a quick one. Pound dollar, I like it, but I just can't seem to get an entry. Keep missing the down entry. We talked about it again this morning. I wanted to get it up this level, if you remember, I was talking about. It didn't reach that. It popped up a bit, but not enough before it came on down again. If you want to chase it now, you can, but I'm not keen. In fact, it's the lowest thing it's ever been, so probably have to put a fib extension on it. Which way around the fib extension? I think it's a square around. So look, so you can get it right. Always get the wrong way around the extension. Yeah, it's just way down. We'd have to look at the extension down to this level here. 140, what's it? 43.1, 1.1430. So it's a bit downside still to go if you're using the fib extension. If you want to chase it now, a bit iffy. So it's a nice run the last 4 hours. Might get a bit of a pullback, might get a better price. And I think very certain, not certain, very high probability, if it even gets to 1.15 around figure, get a bit of a bounce. I think it's a bit hectic to chase it now, but if you want this downside I found for you, if you want to try and get a better price, maybe not right up here, maybe it's back up to maybe just over 1.6-ish for another move down. But I'm a bit worried about chasing it now. Any comments, guys, on that? Don't be shy. There's enough people in there, I'm sure, got a comment or two. Everyone knows gold. You can't hear anything. Oh my goodness. Well, I haven't started the video yet. Sorry about that. Yeah, well, I'm unmuted this side. Can anybody else hear me? If you can't, I can hear you. Okay, it must be your side then, yeah. Who can't hear me? Can't hear. Alfred, yeah, it must be your side. Sorry, Alfred, if you can't hear anything, it's your side. Well, you're me telling you that because you can't hear me. Yeah, I see more downside. I don't think we're not getting the right in the stick yet. Clearly, obviously, it's not up for date. The downside is there, a better price. Don't you know what I mean? You want to sell it, yeah. If you sell at the floor, you can't get the ceiling at least a little bit further up. That's what I'm saying. I'm not soon buy them anything. Heavens no. Okay. Okay, we'll do a bit slow. I do beg your pardon. I'm so used to doing it, I forget that. Thanks for letting me know. Okay, right. GBP USD, I want to sell it, but I think we're going to get a bounce at 1.15 just for profit taking. The dollar is strong, but it might get a little bit of a pullback after going up so much, which all I mean is I'm looking at getting a better price. I want to short as much as everybody else. It's just begging to be shorted, basically. But I don't want to short it here. I want to short it higher up. If I get 1.16 or better, then I'll try shorting it. Have a look at the situation then. That's all I'm mentioning here. I put a Fibonacci extension on to get some sort of target, because there isn't a target where we can go back in history to find a previous low. We haven't got that low. So we have to use the Fibonacci extension, not retracement, the extension. That should be in your notes, etc., for you to study. That's Stock Market College's job. For the fib extension to give you a target. Okay, so that would be the target down to 1.1435 if we can get an entry, which, as I say, I prefer to get higher up. Sorry if I'm going to get quite fast then. No, it's just dollar strength. The euro dollar said we want to get a better price. I don't want to chase it now, and it continued down. This is how it goes. Okay, that's what I think. Okay, the euro dollar, same story. I want to sell it. Of course, I want to sell it. It's not even discussing that. It's trying to get a decent price, and somewhere we missed it. I think it's a bit. Hang on, let's do the 1 hour chart. What's this now? 432 112. Yeah, we could have maybe shorted at parity. That's getting a bit nervous. I did want to get higher up, but sometimes you miss a trade. You know, you want to get a decent price. It's like buying a house. You put an offer to purchase in. If it's not accepted, you have to find another house. It's the way it is. You didn't want to pay it at the market value. So, well, to turn out, in hindsight, clearly it would have been okay to go in there. But you've got to go back and see what the facts were at that stage, not in hindsight. And I think it's chasing there. I was asking it a bit. And we know now the dollar's continuing to rise. We know that. And it's continuing to rise yet again. So to me, that ship has sailed. Have to look at something else and wait for a pullback. We'll go back to AUD USD. It's broken through. Good stuff. I said modify to 67.30 just now. Don't forget to do that. It's trying to break through. It hasn't broken through yet. It's not much noise happening at the moment. So there's not a lot of TPs hanging around there to get triggered. So you've got very little bounce. Normally get a quick bounce. So the surge momentum rather is very strong on the downside. So bottom line, if you're not on board, tough. You missed it. Hard luck. You might get another chance if it breaks through. We can see something. But the guys on board who took it from the trading room modified to 67.30. If this starts falling, maybe we get to 67.80, then you can modify your stop down further, maybe to around figure, something like that. We'll keep an eye on it. We're doing well. We're 80 pips in profit. Great stuff. We're doing well on that one. The CAD at JPY, I'll revisit again. I'm sorry I went a bit quickly on that. CAD JPY, it's giving a bit of jip around this levels here on the 50, in fact, never mind, the hour chart. So the bottom line is, I personally, it's just me, I'm not saying it's the right thing to do. I just took my profit there up to 106.06 because it was jumping around last few times. But it's a good chance it might go further up. So if you are in this from this morning or in holding on from previously, you can modify your stop to maybe 105.80. So at least you're protected, you can't lose. Okay, I hope that wasn't too quick. I hope that was all understood. Well, it's highly aggressive, Jethro. The dollar's still going up, 109.66, heading up to 110, like I mentioned the last couple of days. It's a good chance, very aggressive if you want to do that. Okay, I've covered that one. Go back to it if it's too quick, no problem there. Euro dollar. This is seriously aggressive. You want to take it down to 91, entering at sell 99.14, even lower than this one. That's very close to 99. Carrying on, I suppose. Look at that. I'm not sure that's such a bright idea. You miss it. I'll leave that to you. If you want to do that, you got the size calculator. I'll leave it in your hands there, Jethro. I'm not so keen. If anyone else is keen, obviously I'll put the calculator up for you. Happy? All clear? Not too quick? Because I have a habit of doing. I know that. I'm aware of it. I forget sometimes, get carried away. So I'm doing all the time. I'm forgetting, you know. It always reminds me of these American TV programs like The White House or whatever, or The West Wing. Well, in fact, a lot of them was all talking incredibly quickly to each other as they're walking along, showing how important they are in the corridors of power. So maybe, yeah. So thank you for pointing that out. But just bring me back if I'm going a little bit on the quick side. I do beg your pardon. But it's important, that is, so you understand what I'm on about. Otherwise, no point, clearly. Common sense being an operative word. Right. What we did, the GBP CAD was a sell. Let's go over that again. It was a sell we got in at 78. It's bouncing around GBP CAD. Wow. Wow. Sure. Bouncing around. Yeah, it's bouncing around. What's happening here? Yo. Well, that's all right. I just a few minutes ago said bring it down to 52.50 to make sure you got a profit. Wow. Well, bring it down further. I'm getting a bit nervous of this now. I might get a bouncing and broken through. So, yeah, bring it down to 52.30. We might get a push through there, the round figure, and further profit. So bring it down to 52.30. And that's nice aggressive trade we came up with this morning. We banked just under 50 pips. Our profit if you get stopped out. At the moment, we're over 75 pips up in profit. Probably get a bit more if we can hold the 52 and go through. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah. Very nice. Nice one. Okay. Right. The AUD, what was that? Something else I wanted to change. CHF only was. Just make sure I'm on the right track here. Sorry, CHF JPY. CHF JPY. It's hovering. I want to pull back. I don't want to pull back because I'm in it long, but those in it long don't. But the guys are not. They want to get in. Who've maybe been stopped out and taken profit the first time around. Pull back, going again. I want to try and get in 142.20 or better. Then we maybe around about this level here. It's on the hourly chart, and if we get that figure down there somewhere, you can buy it again to take it back up again. So keep an eye on that. If you can get a bit cheaper, maybe 142.20, we can buy it again and take it back up again, or better. Okay, always remember, or better. I'm getting too many guys putting buy stops in when they're getting a better price. That's crazy. You're getting a better price. Okay, right. Hope that was all clear. If not, please let me know. I'll wait a moment because sometimes I don't think people understand it fully, and they have to because it's important. Might start to get to know me well. Ashley knows fairly well. If I do start rattling a little bit quickly, you know me well enough to say, hang on a minute, pull back. You know what I mean? Very important. Comes habit after I've been trading for a while. The markets move fast. You see some of the Yankee Pro traders, they'll be good auctioneers, the speed at which they talk on them, because they have to, especially when they're high traders, because the market's so fast, you can't faff around with, hello, yeah, I'm doing fine, thanks. Meanwhile, it's moved $1,000. Yeah, well, you'd like that. I'm nervous because I'd rather buy the Canadian, I'd buy anything. That's why I sell against $1 at the moment. But I just rather sell a weaker one. I think you might get more follow through. What's happened now? Yeah, it might get more follow through. That's my only worry. It still hadn't broken through the resistance. It has gone up. I'm not surprised at that. I'm well aware of that. I get that. But would you got the risk reward? It's just below the 132. We talked about it. It's near the highs, and the Canadian is reasonably strong. Better fish to fry, and I'm just sticking with it. Even if it goes to 1.33, if you're happy with it, you do it. I just personally think there's better fish to fry. Don't get, Mikhail, don't get paranoid about it. It's 2:30 tomorrow. That's I'm just 20 miles away. Well, what about that tomorrow? It might be a damp spoon anyway. Well, Mike, if you want to do the trade, I'll put it up. Anyone want to short the US, the euro? You don't want to buy it, I'll put it up if you want. Anyone want to short this then? I'll put it up. I'm just put my view on and stop you do yours. Anyone wants to short this, give me the figures and I'll put it in. Well, I'll give you the figures if you want to short it. If you must buy, well, that's your choice. I wouldn't, but anyway. But anyway, hang on, I'll go back to the Luna. Better fish to fry. If you like it, you specialize it like the dollar rand or the pound rand or euro rand or the eurozone, you know what I mean? Go for it, no problem. But I'm saying I think area is better than that one at the moment. Rather get a weaker one to play around with. If you get an entry, you might not get an entry. It's the problem. Like the dollar yen, you can't get an entry. It's what I mean. Yeah, that ship sailed. Dollar yen, that is. But I personally think that ship sailed. I'd rather set it higher up. But anyone want to sell this? No? Yes? Not sure? Okay, we'll leave it for the moment. You get on with that death throw, you know, fool, you can do that, perfect. If you're happy, you come up with something, well, yeah, look at it. Okay, moving along. Gold, I think, might get a bounce. It was highly super aggressive to buy it, but no, hang on, no. The dollar's just turned around, came off a bit and started zooming up. It's been pulled like a magnet to the 110 mark. 109.73. I take you've all got the dollar index chart in front of you. The link it's got here. So I wouldn't be trying to get cute by going against the trend, but I think the ship has sailed. But it might get a bit of a bounce, but it's not worth it. The risk is too high for the reward. So leave it alone. Now, I expect a bit of downside still on the NASDAQ. Yes, I thought so. No surprise there. Looks like the 12,000 is going to be coming into play. I get a bounce there. Keep an eye on it. Don't chase it either way now. I'm just keeping you updated what's happening because it's an index of tech shares, which we can have a look at just now. I think most of them sail, by the way. Okay. Okay, that's it. Just a recovery of the other stuff. Yeah, I'm not getting the pullback much here. CADJP, what's it? VBP CAD, that's right. Seems to be breaking through, hey. Right, bring your stop down again on this one, guys. The guys are still in it, 152.20. And see if we can get it a little bit lower still if we can continue down. What a pleasure. Okay, right. Okay, let's see if we can look at VA. Someone spoke about earlier on today, this morning in the room. It's looking good. Looking good. The Dow is off 160 pips, and that is part of the Dow's a very big company. Yeah, we could probably get one here. Where can we get it though? I think maybe we can get it around about these levels here. Maybe a little bit higher, yeah. Maybe if we can get 155. Keep an eye on BA, 155. Get a little bit of rock to 155, we'll have a look at it. Come back to that one. Apple, a ship has sailed almost certainly. Yeah, that ship sailed. Amazon, probably the same. The tech stocks are sailed, yeah. I'm not sure I'll be chasing it now. A break through 12,000, might look at it, but I think we might get a bounce there. So leave the tech stocks now. That ship has sailed. Baba's a tech stock, but it's pretty weak now. Wait for the breakthrough. This has got a good chance. I rather like Baba as a possibility. Just keep an eye on that. Got me written down. If we can break through here, we got some good movement down on that one. Keep an eye on that one. There's potential. What's C? Citigroup. That's a bank. That should be good for a sell. Ooh, ship a sell on that, isn't it? Yeah, right resistance. Okay, we'll leave that for a moment. Just trying to find something for you guys. Ford, it's doing nicely. Anybody still in Ford? That one we got in at 16, 17 stop. I assume we've all modified your stop. If anyone's still in there, anyone still in Ford, modify again. Oracle's another one we got into. And I don't know if anyone's still in Oracle. Microsoft hit the TP, so it shouldn't be in there anyway. Oracle don't hit the TP. Forget who got in now. It's through the paperweight from last week. But still doing fine. Don't chase it now. Okay, that ship sailed. Occidental. Yeah, we can sell that a little bit higher up. But I'm getting nervous now. I might get a bounce here. Brent's come off so much. Let's look at Brent. It's 92 just now, so having a bit of a bounce. Yeah, might get a bit of a bounce here. If it comes up at this sort of level here, we can look to sell it. So that one we missed as well. So we missed quite a few of them, unfortunately, or whatever reason. But yeah, that's about it for the moment. Just going to do the Swiss franc. Doing well, but again, chasing it here. I'm not so sure about that, as you can see. That was not too quick for you guys. Trying to find a trade, so I'm going quickly. That's what I do each morning. Sorry about that. I'm going a bit quick. Yeah, that's too high. And strong the Swissy. The yen's beautiful. Again, too high. It's taken that out, so you might get more upside. A lot of people say wait for the breakout. Looks like we've got the breakout. Let's look at the 4 hour. Yeah, we're getting a breakout there. All right, chasing it up to maybe still look weekly. Oh, it's not telling much, is it? Have to maybe put an extension on. Let's see now. Have to use that for an extension, wouldn't we? Wrong way around. Thought so. I always get the wrong way around. This for years, idiot. Right, if you want to buy this to take it up, the next stop is here. Put a line there, make it easier for you. That's the next target. Plenty there. 300 pips potential upside. Put it first Fibonacci extension. Yeah. Anyone want to chase this or wait for a pullback? What do you guys feel? Okay, euro dollar. Go back to come back to a moment. Euro dollar, yeah. You can aim at 98.34. Not advising people. I think it's a bit cooked. They might get a better price, whatever. If you want to do it, you can go at make it 98.35. There you are. 98.35, Jethro. Where yen? Does anyone want to chase the yen or better price? What do you feel? Sort of the 4 hour. Coming back a bit. Yeah, might get a better price on this. You might come back to here. Maybe 139.40. Maybe we can chase that. See if it comes back a bit, another 30 pips. I'll write that down, keep an eye on it. Okay, any comments? Anyone want to go into it now? Euro CHF. There's some funny games on that, didn't we? Is that the one? Yeah, we had. Oh, yeah, some guys are still in it. Euro CHF. Yeah, it's looking a bit better now, isn't it? Getting a bit of rebound. Yeah, I still see downside. Remember, we talked about Zefe. I don't see the follow through. I still see the downside. Some of the expectation interest rates has shot its bolt and done. Yeah, okay, guys got it at 9.810. It's about 30 pips above, but I think it's going to be too much of a hassle to chase it now. Yeah, 98.50. Take it down to. Yeah, I can do that. They are, Seth. They're still on the long. I'm on the short. I'm with Mike on the short. Who's with Zeph on the long? I'm still on the downside. I can put a calculator up for the upside. You can aim right up here. There's plenty of upside potential with a stop down here somewhere. So that's not a problem. But Mike's slightly ahead up there on the chat line to use Zeph. So solve with Mike. Anybody like that for a sell? Those who sell, there you are. If you tell me you want it, you've got to communicate. Put down to sell, and they'll also put down a buy. Done that before. Some guys, remember, you've got two people don't have a mark up, buyers and sellers, and they could easily be right as well. So then after we'll do the buy and see what to support that, we'll put them both down and see how it pans out. One's going to be right. That's one guarantee we'll get in the trading, guys. We're going to be right. That's one thing for sure. It can go down or go up, eh? I am cheating, Jethro. I hope don't pick me up on that. You're quite right. I've applied because it's well paid for a cabinet minister's job. So I thought I'd start practicing on you guys by line. Oh, I'm being careful. Must be not. I'm being asked now. Must be careful. Said that in North Korea, they'd lock me up, throw away the key, eh? Actually, just before we go on, I want to mention something. I won't like help, at least we're free to do it. I tried to do that in Zimbabwe in the old days. You'd be in big trouble. A lot of countries, you can't say the things we say. So we're going to be quite insulting about our government, like we do in the West, but at least we're free to do it. Don't forget that. That's right. Well, I've got a bull and a bear then, you see, so I can't go wrong, actually. But cheating or not, there's a sell if you like it. I just need to know if anyone wants to take it. If you do, we'll write it down. And then we'll look at the long if anyone wants to take that. And if Zeph, I'll still write down if only Zeph wants it to see how it pans out. So who wants to go for the short? Keep on track. The prices are moving, my friend. We wanted to short it at around about the 80 mark. So only moved 2 whole pips. Mike seems the sell that I get. Okay, who else? Who else for the sell? Now, if you're a high trader, it's moved $1,000 now. Got to move it. You're not high traders, the answer, I suppose, yeah. But you've got to be on it, you know. Especially trading the Nasdaq, hey. You're into the sell. Okay, we'll put the sell down. All right, just a second. EURCHF. Sell. We got in at 80, okay, 0.9780, 0.9850, 0.955. It's going to be nice. The Dow's coming off on my other screen out of interest. Okay, you're in, Jerry. Jarpy's in. You're with the bulls. Okay, Ashley, let's put a bullish one up then. All right, let's trim that round to a bull. All right, put the stop up there. Put it that far away. And where's this? Where's this thing here? This can go to, maybe go up to there. There we are. And that's a bit high. Maybe bring it down. Don't overdo it. Bring it out here. That's better. That's fine. That's where you want it. Okay, right. There you are, guys. Chat. Yeah, I forgot to knock that off. Beg your pardon. Okay, right, where were we? Okay, there's the long if you want to do it. So you're for a long, Ashley, and Zeph, you're on for long. So I'll put that down as a long and see how they work out. That should be interesting. Bit of fun for us, eh? Especially one side makes money. $97.80. Same price, $97.27. $98.77. Okay, Zeph, Ash, that one, myself on this side, and the others, plus others. Okay, put Mike, that'll do. Quicker to smell. Right, US dollar, Japanese yen. Absolutely for sure. Look at that. GBP CAD. It's coming off, guys. Get your stop down now. The GBP CAD down to the round figure. That's your TP or whatever. Some guys might still be in it. Move your stop down to round figure 152. Right. Okay. What a beaut. Okay. Talk about aggressive doing well there. Yeah. We're still moved up. I thought maybe we get a better price. It's moved up another 5-8 pips, like when we're on the euro dollar just now. Anyone want to chase it now? Yeah. Well, why not? Zeph, why not? $193, who wants to chase here near the round figure 140? Who wants the pullback? Who wants to do what with this one? Don't all shout at once now. Don't blame you, actually. Make a decision on this. You want to be on board, screaming strength of the dollar and the weak old Jap, but you don't want to be on the bloody roof, you know. But you could break through the roof, go to the next floor above. They don't want to take this one. I'm a bit nervous. Yeah. I like cheese because I'm a mouse. I hope to God you don't win, Zeph, because Ash will never let me hear the end of it. She will never let me hear the end of it. Eh? I'll be teased for, I don't know how long. Oh dear. If this goes up, Ashley, I will hide. I'm falling back on my techno after this morning's burn. Such a long win streak, broken TT. Okay. I guess are you in Joburg now, Jess, or are you in Thailand? Oh, Cape Town. But you live in Thailand, I take it. Upside this one, I don't know, no one's doubt the upside, but this is getting the right foot. Been stuck like a lot of people. Okay. Well, it's broken down now, so we can get out now if you want. So it's the worst place to be stuck in Cape Town. But anyway, I've been to Thailand, brilliant place. Yeah. Anyway, it's another story. Moving along. I don't have questions to buy. It's getting an entry not quite at the bloody roof, you know what I mean? Taiwan. Sorry, I thought it was Thailand. Beg your pardon. Well, I got the Thai part right. At least I'm better than ex-girlfriend of mine in Santon Square, what it was then. Became Nelson Square. And so we get booked a Chinese restaurant. It was a Thai restaurant. If anyone knows it, I think it might still be there. On the first floor above the square itself. And it's a bloody Thai called a Chinese restaurant. I must admit, I teased her on that one. Anyway, moving along, US dollar yen. This is still, might get a bit of noise at 140. Yeah, it's upside just there. Do you want to chase it here? Got the breakthrough. The dollar's still storing. Personally, I'm a bit nervous, but I've missed out before because I've been a bit nervous and it's gone on and I'd have done all right. But yeah, looks like it's heading further north, eh? What do you want to do? Leave it? Do it? Decision time, guys. You're leaving, okay. Anybody else want to do it? Should we move on? I'm a bit scared myself, to be honest, Vandili. Yeah, so don't blame me at all. Okay, get a better price, we'll do it. Mustn't forget the old Japanese yen. Okay, great stuff. Okay. Quickly check the CAD. It's breaking through now. So, guys, the CAD JPY, modify your stop loss to entry. Haven't all done so. It's starting to break through. We've got more upside. Good guys. Good stuff. AUD was the other one. I keep saying G. Where was it? CHF JPY. It's pulled back. I want to pull back. I think it's pulled back for an entry now. Anyone want to take this one? Okay, we'll come to this first. You're a CHF. We had as a short at 80. It's now 73. You short, maybe shorten the bid. That's sell all the bid segment. We had at 80. And the short, I still do it. Okay, should we pick it up? What was the price? The short one was 98.50. And the TP was 96.55. There you are. Don't bother risk reward. You must put the TP a bit low if you want. But I don't want to risk any tighter. Sorry, the stop any tighter. There you are, Sephora. I like that. Sephora Clancy Sunyatsi. Yo. Remember the SKS? No, it's another one. Some guys are already in it. So those who aren't in. Don't what happened yesterday. If you're in, different story. Talking about somebody entering now. We've already been in this a day or so. Okay. Right, you got that, Sephora? Good. What font we're talking about now? Oh, that's right, CHF JPY. It's jumped a bit. I want to get it at 20, but anyway, we'll still maybe chase it a bit. Long stop down here. Where do you want to stop? A bit further down. Maybe let's stop there. Make it fairly tight. Make it a nice tight stop. 149.84. That'll do. TP we can take up here. 143.35. Good. Better stop there. Come on. Let's give it another go. Make it 52. There you are. Anyone want to do this one? Okay, it's come off a bit. Good. It's getting back to sort of, I wanted to get 142.20 or better. There you are. Anyone want to take this one? Out of interest, I've taken it. Good for you, Leander. Anyone else going to do it? Before Ashley and Zeph go for a short on it. Anyone else want it? Anyone want to do this one? Obviously, you're in it. Don't. Hang on. Fair enough. I'm saying if you're not in it, here's an opportunity to go in if you want. I've already taken my profit from the previous one. I've gone in again. Right about these levels out of interest. Yeah, we'll just hang 5 in, Mike. I'm talking about guys. Okay, Philip. Yeah, we're good enough. Not the guys already, not worry about them, but new entrants I'll talk about it. Right, let's get this in. 20 it is for this afternoon. We're at 142.20. 141.52. 143.35. Okay, all right. So we've got the Euro CHF, a buy at 97.80 and a sell at 97.80. We've got the CHF JPY and a buy at 142.20. Right, that's good enough. Good enough. The CAD JPY is fine, but it's certainly moving in the right direction. So you're doing fine there, guys. What a pleasure. AUD USD, anyone's still in this one? It's doing well, but that's fine. Yeah. GBP CAD, anything still moving down? GBP CAD, yeah, it's still moving down. The guys are still in that one. What a pleasure. Don't forget, modify your stop. Okay, Yappy, hope the trades work out for you. See you tomorrow morning. Remember, tomorrow afternoon is Friday, so there won't be an afternoon session. I call it an afternoon show, but yeah, it'll be a morning one, 9:30 as well. So if I can, grab those who can make it then. Okay, good. Good stuff. Getting some trades out, hey guys? Hopefully they're good. Well, so far so good. Apart from the Euro CAD, which was a soddy disaster. Let's have another look at it. Maybe we turned a bad one into a good one another time around. It's back down to entry. Yeah, there you are. Came all the way back down. I thought they're not going to be followed through. I thought that was a knee-jerk expectation. Interest rates, pretty sure I'm right now, and it's pulled back. It's pulled right back. Now it's right on bloody resistance support out there. Of course, in hindsight, maybe we had to stop up here. We've been all right. It's been chippy up there, but we've been all right. Anyway, let's come back to entering original trade idea. But we can't cheat. We're out. You voted for me or you voted for Quick Trade? Because I'm leaving just now for the best broker in town. Ashley and Roger Incorporated Brokers, superb, limited. Oh no, with a name like Knowledge, we'd have to have you as our mentor. Can't go on that. Thanks very much, Ashley. Brilliant. Trouble is, I think Zeph is going to vote for an opposition when he finds his Euro. Which one's he going for? When he's gone for a buy. Yeah, when the Euro CHF falls off, he's going to desert us and he's going to vote for the opposition, IG Markets or something. That's what's going to happen. I can see it all. Thanks, Sephora. Well, she's got good taste. That's why. Actually, extremely good taste. Never. She said, I'm talking rubbish here. She said she likes a men tall, dark, and handsome, but for me, she'll make an exception. Not quite sure I'm going to take that. And check Dow Jones before we get carried away, Miguel. Just getting jealous, eh, Miguel? Just getting jealous. Let's change the subject. Right. Broadcast on YouTube. I mean, what sort of trading room is this? When the bloody host is flirting with the ladies like mad. Dow Jones, yeah. You probably see what I see there. Downside clearly gone to resistance. Would you be chasing it now? Don't forget, I've mentioned this before, guys. Don't touch it if you've got less than 7, 8K in your account. Even 5K, I think, is a bit small to touch it for the minimum micro, because you've got to have wide stops. You've got to be risking at least probably often 400 or 500 rand on a micro, because you cannot have tight stops on the Dow and the Nasdaq. They're too volatile. So don't even think about going for them if you've got 1 or 2 grand in your account. It's the quickest way to get margin forward, even if you're going the right way on open +3. I've seen guys get, because they're jumping around on open. You can't handle that jumping around. The idea is you can put more money in than you can. There you are. Right. Okay. It's right in resistance at the moment. So I'm not sure I'll be chasing it now. I think eventually it's going to get to 30,000 before we might get a decent pullback or pull up, a rally, whatever way you want to put it. But I'm not going to be chasing it now. How's it, Mark? You've been missing out some brilliant trades here, Mark, but one you might still be able to get. So we'll come back to you in a minute. I've been spending too much time chaffing the chicks, Mark. I love that South expression. Chaff the chicks, my China. Sounds ridiculous from my accent, doesn't it? Okay, fair enough then, Mark. Yeah. All his money's gone electricity bill. Hey. Okay, I'm not chasing it now. And I certainly wouldn't be buying the bounce. It's still pretty weak. We've mentioned this for a while. I see DXY at least 110, and I still see there's more of a pullback before we return on the indices, etc., to the bull market, where you buy the retracement. I still think there's more pullback to come. I still think we're going to get 30,000 before we get maybe a bit of respite around there before we start moving back up again. And I still think we can take out 12, maybe 11,000 or so on the NAS before we get to say, right, value's coming in. That's my personal opinion. Yeah, I thought maybe NGAS and price of electricity, not a good idea. It could get you in a good mood. Right, dollar yen. Let's take the 140. Well, we discussed it. We're a bit nervous. It was 139.78 or whatever it was. You don't want to do it. People hesitated. You've got to be on it. Do you want to chase it here? If you don't, if you do it. Okay. It's rubbing itself nose in it if it keeps getting up and you're not on board, eh? Okay, now a couple of people just joined. So I'm just going to quickly zap back here and look at the ones we looked at again. We went in again on the Euro CHF as a sell. Okay, good for you, Michael. You're on it. Good stuff. As we're all talking rubbish, you doing due diligence on it. Right, we're in Euro CHF as a sell, and Ashley and Zephyrin as a buy at 97.80. Came off a bit, then it's popped up a bit, and it's around about even Steven at the moment. So it's yeah, even Steven on both sides. So yeah. CHF JPY 142.20 we got in just now. Yeah, it's up 5 pips, as you can see there. It's up five pips, so that's 6 pips now. It's going okay. Still even Stevens between the Bulls and the Bears at the moment on the Euro CHF. Pound CAD was a beaut, it went incredibly well, much better than I expected, to be honest. I took it, to be honest. I think underexposed, I should have gone a bit bigger, but I didn't. So aggressive, I didn't. But anyway, it's always in hindsight. What's looking at that? GBP CAD, what the hell's that? GBP CAD, yeah, that's doing good, brilliantly. We got in at this morning at 78, GBP CAD 52.78. It's now 100, just under 100 pips in profit. The guys are still on board, have modified the stop. Don't chase it now. What a beaut. CAD JPY, we got in again this morning after taking profit earlier on before, a couple of times on that one at 105.73. And oh yes, flying still. Right, guys, clearly moving stop up again. We want to protect the profits on the way up. There's a good chance of getting up there to the previous highs. So moving stop up to 106.10. Now you've got 40 pips in profit, whatever happens. I think you're getting teased there, Ashley. If you make statements like that to Ashley, she won't vote you as the top broker. She's going to join Mark. Position it. Well, we'll be entering now. It's too late to enter now. I'm talking about modifying the guys already in. If you're not in now, don't chase it. I'm talking about the guys who bought it at 105.73 earlier on the trading this morning. I'm saying modify the stock so you're in profit. So you got it at 105.73 and you modify your stock to 106.10. It's just under 40 pips profit. Okay. So modify to 106.10. Then you cannot lose in the trade. You make a handsome profit, you're stopped out. And if it continues up, continue to modify until you are stopped out. Ah, no, it's just a Kane's got other things. It's lost the country. And it's not really still dropping. What's Brent doing? Still hovering around the 93. Still pretty strong. I mean, just because it's dropped a couple of dollars, Mark, it's still an expensive oil. Oil's expensive. It's near $100 a barrel. It's expensive. If it dropped down to 80, a different story, and it shot up to 110 or something, or 105, different story. It's only moving around a few dollars, come off, but it did pull back over the last couple of days since we shorted the Brent, and it's just sort of bringing back up again. So I'm happy with that. The overall strength is there. Yeah, but certain. It's not exact, certain. And I personally think, remember, the traders always looking forward. They're not looking at what's happening now. They're looking forward. They're thinking, well, that Brent's come off enough. I think 90 is going to hold. I think it's going to bounce from there. I want to position myself on this particular one before we miss the boat, basically. It's no good saying, we'll wait till he gets back at 97 and the commensurate price is 107 the CAD. It's too late to buy it. So they're saying we're preempting it. If that makes any sense, I hope it does. Remember, all this is about what we think is going to happen. We know what has happened. That's clearly obvious. We're thinking what's going to happen. Clever guys thinking, I'm going to take the risk. And Brent's going to hold at 92, certainly above 90. I think we're going to bounce. They're expecting little bit of a cut in the OPEC coming up. I'm positioning myself, and the Canadian being a reasonable one there. I'm against the yen. I think we're going to get 108, 109, or whatever these guys think. So I'm going to get in that price there. I'm not going to wait till news is out, then it could be too late. That's what the pros do. The amateurs, unfortunately, play safe because of fear. They wait till the news out and they chase it, and everyone else has bought it, it's shot up, and then they buy at the high because they wait for everyone else to buy. And then, like remember that fuss in Bitcoin? It went up to what God knows what it was. And then they come out of the shell and bought it, and all the guys are starting to take profit. That's the problem. That's why they often get caught. We mentioned a couple of things on shares earlier on, but I'll be honest, I went through quickly. I couldn't find one. It was just the ship sailed. Can't think of a better way of putting it. The ship sailed, so we couldn't find one. All the ones we did get did well. The Oracles, the Microsofts, the Fords, all of them did very well. So all modified or taken profit out, don't chase now. Yeah, all of them did. Hey, Mikkel. There's another one, I forget what it was, but anyway, it's about 4 of them. Oracle, Microsoft, Ford, there's another one. What was it? I've thrown a piece of paper away anyway, but they all came right. And I know Microsoft hit the TP. Oracle hasn't hit the TP yet, but it's on its way. Some people might have stopped out because of the movement. Like Ford, maybe modified the stock, get kicked out. It's come off again, that's fine. Some guys rejoined it and doing very well, but they all came right, that's the bottom line. So the only one that came up and smacked us was the EuroCAD. We got a 3090, went up, stopped us out, but now it's come back again. Now so let's come back to the original entry. All the others just fine, thank you very much. Okay, CHFJPY, let's come back off again. So maybe that could be a little bit of it's a bit of jip, but it's not much. About 1 or 2 pips, but we'll see how that works out. I'm going to knock this off because it's getting in the way now. But we might come right on that one. If you haven't joined it, here's a chance to join this one. Anyone not joined it, want to join? I'll put the calculator up. Yeah, that's right, Jethro. Yeah, that was Elon Musk, wasn't it? The one he wanted to own Twitter, and then he can tweet what he likes, eh? Warren, this is an incredibly important question. It's so important. In fact, it's not important. It's absolutely imperatively vital. I work on this. The international norm is 2% of your balance, but that's the guys who got account sizes. Unfortunately, South Africa has got, unfortunately, a very large amount of people, with no disrespect, I'm saying it is, minute account size. So you've got to break those rules. I think if you got about 500, 1,000, 1,500 in your account, about 10%, two grand upwards in the region of about maybe 7.5 up to 3 grand, 7.5, up 3 to 5,000, around about 5%. Divorce, yeah. 5% at about 5,000, going down, maybe even 5% on 10,000 rand. Maybe once you get above 10, you can start dropping about 3%. Once you're in 25 grand upwards, you can work about 3%. I don't know, maybe 50 grand, you go to the 2-3% area there, and 2% somewhere like that. Once you go to 100 grand, 7,500 upwards, between 1 and 2%. That's the normal. Well, it doesn't matter if you've got a grand in your account, Jethro, because you've got spot money anyway, so it doesn't matter. I'm not being rude, it's true, eh? But if you've got 100 grand in your account and you're risking 5%, you're a bit over the top there. I mean, I risk between 1 and 2%. I've gone on occasion slightly higher because I felt confident. It's usually wrong to get overconfident anyway, but yeah. Okay, Mike, good stuff. Okay, Mark, that's fine, yeah. Main thing, when people start, they've got very little skill and a large amount of emotions, and they trade purely on, shall we say, unskilled emotion. There's no particular rationale or strategy behind it. They don't work out position size, they just jump in with a number because it looks like a good idea. and it goes against them. They move the stop loss out of the way or take it out completely, wait for it to return, which it may or may not do. If it does, good, but good luck to them. It might not, or it might margin for them before it does return and they're not on board. That's just, unfortunately, that's just trading without a clue what the basics are. And it's a pity because we spend a lot of time and effort trying to get that sort of basic competency level up. But if you don't attend the videos, the trading room, open up your LMS or do anything, yeah, I mean, some guys are trading and don't know how to modify a stop loss. I've had calls up, people saying, I want to close my trade, how do I do it? And you want to weep, you know what I mean? Yeah, but you sound to be doing a while, Jethro. Sitting in massive losses is quite common for the beginners. They go in, wait for it to come, and then they can't trade because not their mind's wrong. They haven't got any capital left because they just wait for the thing to turn around. Then they get margin called. Yeah, but, you know, cut the profits and hold the losses. Basically, it's unbelievably common on people in the retail market. I'm sorry to say, they can't take the loss, so it's got to come right. Well, I can't get out there. I'm going to lose 10 units. Well, you could lose 15 or 20. No, it's got to come back. Who says so? You know, that sort of thing. It's purely emotion talk, nothing to do with rational fact. I would say they will say, oh, I'm preying on it. Well, if you're praying to go along, there's somebody else in the Dwang who's gone short on it and praying it's going to go down. Why should it favor you? Some guys make phenomenal profits that double their money in 24 hours. Then 24 hours later, because they're overexposed, you know, do the same thing again and hug it up. Right, Tebo, just want to look at the MAs now. I use it's quite simple. I produce my area of trading around highs and lows, support, resistance. Okay, so learn a bit there. Good stone, Jethro. And you can partly close. Some guys don't even know that. You got 10 micros and you want to close. You don't close 10. You might want to bank 5, let the other 5 run. People don't know how to do that. It's quite simple. If you don't know how to do that, tell me, I'll show you. It's something you need to know. You're going to have to close your entire position. That's like you've got 1,000 shares. You don't have to sell all of them. So 50 if it turns you on. Okay, right, yeah, okay. I base on highs, lows, support, resistance. The other stuff are important, useful, but the basics of that. You know, the floor and the ceiling. Simple as that. Tebo, floor, the ceiling. Now, common sense is going to tell you, if you want to buy near the floor and you want to sell near the ceiling. If you're selling, you want to sell near the ceiling and buy it back near the floor. Don't forget, when you sell and you exit, you buy. That's why I talk about short covering bounces. It comes down to this level here, and these are internationally used. People use them. 100's quite popular, but these are by far the 2 most popular. Doesn't say they're better, and it doesn't really matter. I don't care if it's better or not, it's irrelevant. It's because it's so widely used, it becomes self-fulfilling. If everyone's following it, they're going to do it. It's like you see a big block in the road, it's right bloody in front of you, you're going to stop the car. It's common sense. Okay, same principle. So, right, so if you're selling, you want to be selling, if you want to sell from there to there, you don't want to be selling here, you want to be selling there, stop above there. Okay, I'll put a little cross in, easier for you to see. If it's there, you want to see if it's rising, wait till it comes there, you bounce it off here, you sell it there, stop up here, and you aim down there somewhere. So you want to see it, sell it near the ceiling, the stop in the room above, and the TP near the floor. Okay. And because other people see that, it becomes self-fulfilling. It broke through here. You see it broke through here, and you buy the break. Hold on, till you got to some sort of high, modify your stop loss. Well, you might just hold on, modify, until you eventually stopped out. Okay. Then finally you want to buy, because it's now the buy zone, that shows you it's filtered. Below here it's the sell, here it's the neutral, here it's the buy zone. No more complicated than that. So near the ceiling is high, near the floor it's low, obviously. Right, so neutral, low below the both, and high above the 2. So you'd be waiting now, and then you want to wait, see if it bounces here, popped its head below, nothing much happened, not much happened, it's indecision, you might wait a bit. Then you think, oh, well, look, there's plenty of others to look at, and it's moving back up again. You know the Swiss franc is strong, you know the yen is weak, And then you say, right, I'm going to have another bash at this one, and it's taken out the 10-day as well. That's another confirmation, buy and hold up. Now you see the previous high. Here you are, it's gone up here. You see that high, probably take profit. Wait for it comes back and try and have a look at going in again. Maybe ideally come back here, but I think the Swiss is quite strong at the moment, so it preempted down there. And I've got my stop down here. So I've got my stop below this. So if it does come back here, I'm still in for a bounce. Make sense? Just try and think it's about buyers and sellers. And if the more buyers and sellers have the 50 and 200 on, and they can see the highs up here, which is not quite the right place here, plus minus highs up there, they're going to react to it. So just go along with the majority. Okay. Because I'm convinced you guys, not you guys, but university guys, are coming in like going to university, they're studying an enormous amount of stuff, reading an enormous amount of literature, but very little of it is of practical importance. If you want to become that as your career, it's a different story. If you want to get to if you want to drive the car down to Durban, you want to know how to drive the car. If you want to become a professional car mechanic, you've got to learn a bit more, sure. But to get to the ability to drive the car, you know what a brake is, a steering wheel, accelerator, and go do the rules of the road. You've also got to keep an eye on the candle, because the candle tells you what the buyers and sellers are doing. Look at that. What are the buyers and sellers doing here? Well, the buyers are obviously totally in control. What's happening here? The sellers are in control. What's happening here? No follow through. As it goes down, look, goes back up the body, because it opens there, closed there. So it came right down there during that day, and it couldn't sustain any follow through before the buyer defended it. So it still shows, even though it's a neutral zone there, it was still the Swiss franc was strong. You happen to know that. You come to trading, I mentioned it. And buyers came in. So you don't want to be shorting, you want to be buying it. Then you look at this one, indecision, and then we get the bounce, and away you go. So you look by the sellers, and you keep an eye on what's happening on the economic calendar, like non-farm payrolls, jobless claims, US particularly PPI, but Canada as well, if you like, Swiss occasionally, but mainly US, consumer price, GDP, consumer price index, non-farms, jobless claims, manufacturing index, things that come out. You can easily do that. Go to investing.com, save the landing page there, and then you'll find the economic calendar, go into it, filter it out, and away you go. I'll show you mine, it might be easier. Can I just stop the share for a moment? Now, because you margin call. People shouldn't be trading if they know what margin call means. You're a margin call. The margin is a deposit. It's the collateral for lending the money. Your exposure. You buy a car for 200 grand. You put 20 grand down. 20 grand is the margin or the collateral for the bank to lend you the balance. Right. If you don't have any collateral left in the free margin, they will then close that trade for you because you've taken away. They're not going to lend you money without collateral. So it doesn't matter if you put your stop loss. That's why guys on very small accounts are continually getting margin called, because on highly leveraged accounts, going in far too big, not understanding even the most arithmetical, never mind mathematical basis of it, and then coming back and saying, why is this happening? It's not our fault. It's your fault. I'm sorry to be harsh. It's your fault. You're trying to drive a car when you haven't even understood lesson one. You've got to come. You've taken the trouble. Well done, Warren. You've got to understand your leveraged positions. This is not an investment. This is speculation. High risk, high return. You need the knowledge, you need the tools, you need the capital to do it properly. If you don't have any of those and you're going in the wing and a prayer, you're going to be feeding the bias. It's a zero-sum game. The loser will feed the winner. You want to be on the side of the winner. That's why you come here. Okay, that makes sense. I want to show you this economic calendar so you can all got it handy. It's going to stop the share to show you quickly. Stop sharing there. Just give me a moment. Might find this useful. It's all investing.com. Save the landing page in your browser, investing.com. Right, just save this. We're going to share this now. Give me a second. Hope you can all see this now. I'm going to shift it across to the main screen so I can see a bit better. Can you all see this economic calendar? Can anybody not see it? I just need to know, because they will be ranting on if you can't see it. Can you see that? Just need a yes or two. Type yes. Why yes? You can't see it. Oh, shit. Why is that there? Oh, you do see it. Finally, there's not. Prompt is called VisionWorks. No, somebody can't see it. Oh, I'll try again. I'll stop the show and try again. Now can you see it? It should say 0345 CNY. Can you see it now? Ah, hallelujah. Sorry, there's two up there. There's two screens. I put the wrong screen on, shifted the screen. That was my fault. Sorry, Mark, IT guy was probably rolling his eyes at me there. Right, what you do is you go into economic calendar and you filter it. Where's the filter on this thing? Oh, yeah, here we are. There's the filter there. So I'm going to put something else up there and do it with you. Just give me a second, guys. Just do this properly now. Right, I've got the home page of the investing.com. Are you still on the economic calendar, or can you see the No, the margin call, Warren, is your deposit. Nobody's going to lend you money with no collateral. I mean, you're driving along, the guy bangs your window and says, lend me £1,000. You're not going to do it because there's no collateral. There's no ways they're going to change the margin call because there's no collateral. You wouldn't lend money to anybody if they haven't got some collateral. If you don't have the money, you don't have the collateral, you can't get the loan. There's no ways it can change. We're not in the charity business, like you wouldn't be in the charity business. This is stuff one has to learn. That's why you ask these questions. You've got to know this. Because people are going in with no money, no knowledge, and no equipment and want to make a buck. It defies belief. I think I'm going to go in and play tennis tomorrow and take on Novak Djokovic because they make so much money. I'm going to go and play him. No. Common sense, please think. Something for nothing will catch you every time. Nobody's going to lend you money without some form of collateral. The margin is the collateral. If you go into too big a position and your free margin disappears, you automatically get your trade closed because there's no way they're going to lend you money on that basis. Got to be understood. Got to be understood. Now we've got to come back to this. Can you see them? Can you see this? Can you see the investing.com, not the calendar, the main one? Or are you still looking at the calendar? I need an answer, guys. Okay, you look at the calendar. So you look at the front page. This is the landing page, okay? Named after the Google Larry Page. So now you know. Great. Now we can move on. Okay, now what you do on the top there, save this into your browser. You can click like I saved your browser. That's the landing page. US flag there. That's the main one. Simple as that. Have a pen and paper handy. Be professional. Let's do it again. You can bring a pen and paper with me. That's the guy who will lose money and pay the guys. I'm getting harsh now, frustrated actually. Pay the guys who win. You want to go in, no idea, winging a prayer, no effort, no nothing, and you wonder why you lose. Of course, you've got to be professional. Have the pen and paper, take this down, attend, put the time and effort into it. Right. Okay. So now you come and you look at the main page, and you can see here the economic calendar. Right. Economic calendar. Why is that happening? There we are. Economic calendar. And you click on it. Okay, main landing page, economic calendar. All got that? That's what we're after. Simple as that. Click on it. Now that's going to come up. There'll be adverts. Don't worry about the adverts. It's all going to be selling you something. It's not for free. Ignore them. Now, what you've got to do is you can have all sorts of stuff on there. So what you do is you go to the filters, click on that, and then you can put in the important stuff. Are you interested in Angola? No. Sorry, Angolans there, but no. Azerbaijan, Bangladesh, no. You want to have the Canada, Australia, Eurozone, obviously there's Eurozone, China, Germany, Japan, New Zealand, South Africa, United Kingdom, and obviously the United States. Tick those important ones off. Okay, give you a moment to do that. This is important. The more you get the hang of this, the less running through streams of literature. You know what I mean? And write down on every page, please employ common sodding sets. People don't seem to do that. And write through something for nothing, forget, because that's how you'll get caught. If you've got squat money, squat knowledge, you will lose. Simple as that. And people are all shocked. I mean, you know, God spare me. Got that? Right. Then you go down and you see 1 star, 2, 3. You're not interested in the 1 or 2 stars. You want to get rid of the noise. I've clicked employment, economic activity, central banks, bonds, and inflation. You can do the lot if you like, but anyway, that's what I've done. That's tick a few of those here. And then make sure you tick the 3 star. No, I'm not keen on that actually. There's ways of things to do if you've got a decent enough sum in your account. You need a decent sum where you put a buy stop or sell stop in, one triggers the other, far away the entry just before 2:30. If it shoots up, it grabs the buy stop, shoots down, grabs the sell stop. Then you go back and cancel the other one quickly. But you could get a whipsaw in. But there is ways. Normally working about maybe 25, 30 pips, no set standard above or below on the buy, sell, stop. We've got guys struggling to know how to close a position. Rather not get too cute on that. If you've got some kind, I don't think you can't trade without knowing the basics, without understanding that. Like FOMC there, yeah. So once you've done that, you press apply, and then you've got your economic calendar sorted. You've got the 3 star. The countries are important to you for the economic pose, not whether you like or not. I'm not getting all emotional now. It's just the ones of value. You might can't stand the States. I don't care. You need it. You know what I mean? You might love, I don't know, Montenegro. Doesn't matter. It's not going to make any difference to your bank account. Don't tick it. 1 star, 2 star, forget it. You want 3 star, and then you got it filtered. Once you applied it filtered, it'll automatically change. I'm going to go back to the economic calendar here. And as it comes in, 2:30, that's automatically updated so I can check it out. ISM manufacturing. This thing here. Come on. Okay, we'll go. Right, 4 o'clock, ISM manufacturing purchasing managers index came in slightly better on the US. Purchasing managers went up a little bit, slightly inflationary, contributed to a stronger dollar, more inflation, more expectation, higher interest rates, therefore a stronger dollar. Hope that's all clear. So yeah, so there you've got it there. And each morning I have it highlighted, not highlighted, sorry, minimized. So I just click the button on my other screen. I can check immediately as these things come in. And as a reminder for you guys of trading and for myself when I'm not in the trading room. Yeah. I'll tell you right now, what happens at 2:30 on Friday on the non-farm payrolls days, it's a lot of fun to bet a popcorn away and see what comes out. But you never know. We've expected to be high, it's been low, expected to be high, it has been high, expected low, it has been low, expected low, it's been high, and vice versa. You don't know till it's finished. And then you don't even know the reaction. The reaction often can be surprising, not what you expect. So don't try and get cute with it. Don't be frightened of it. Just don't try and get clever with it. Guys who really know what they're talking about got it wrong. Not beginners, all due respect, or you know, working on a wing and a prayer, as they say. Okay, another one often comes up. We can't get the Dow, or sorry, I can't get the US 30 on your 25. The US 30 is the Dow. The US 500 is the S&P, and the US 100 is the NASDAQ, just so you know. Okay, I'm stop the share and go back. Hope it's all clear, you got all that. Very important. You need that economic calendar. You're asking Teb earlier on, what's important? That's important. You don't want to be going into a trade, core retail or core CPI of the US is coming out, buy or sell the dollar just before, or the euro, something like that happen. We often talk about the trading room, just so you're aware of that. Okay. Hope all clear. Margin and micro, depends go 500 or 100 count. It doesn't really matter. You just do the maths. Whiskey, gin, and red wine, so I kind of part of it. Yeah. Oh, don't forget a beer. I like a good box standard Castle or Hunter or something. Okay, where are we? NASDAQ. All you do is you go to the NASDAQ. I'd only got a 500 to 100 account. It'd be a different margin. One's more high than the other. So 500 to 1 account. Left click, right click on specification. There. On a 500 to 1 account, you divide 0.0024 into 500. That will be your leverage. So you divide that leverage into the exposure. You know, 0.1 is an exposure. Sorry, 0.01 is a tenth of the price of the NASDAQ. So NASDAQ is 12,000. So it'll be $1,200, not rands, dollars. So in other words, let's put the NASDAQ up, because I do that quite quickly, so I might confuse you a bit. Right, $12,000 is the NASDAQ on 1.0, because the contract size is 10, not 1. So it's 10. So one contract is 10 times that figure there. So 1.0 has an exposure of $120,000. So you put 1.0 down as your volume, you've got now an exposure of $120,000. Obviously, you'll multiply that by 17 to get into rands. The exposure is divided by 10 on a minute, it will be 12,000 and $1,200 on a micro. Right. Now, you've got, let's say, a 400 to 1 leverage, and at $1,200 multiplied the exchange rate is 17. What's that? 12,784. That's about 20,000 rand, right? So 20,000 rand divided by 400, what's that? 20,000, 20,000, 2,200. It's about 50 rand, something like that. So micro will be about 50 rand. 240 will be on a 1 to 100 because it's less leverage. I worry about the leverage on small accounts because it can go into big positions without the clue why we're what, overexposed. Any slight movement, especially on the NASDAQ. Guys that trade the NASDAQ on 5, 7, 800, 1,000 rand. Doesn't take much movement on the NASDAQ to knock them out and not hit the stop. I mean, the minute the stop is irrelevant to knock them out the game, even on a micro, because the volatility is there. So just divide the specifications, divide the margin in, and that will give you the well, like you said, gives the margin in what you've got to multiply it by the exchange rate to get to the rands. Always say, if it's, let's say it's 1,000 to 1 leverage, all that means 1,000 into a million. Your million rand house is a million rand. 1,000 to 1 leverage means that the deposit is 0.1%. Is it? Yeah, 0.1% or 1 basis point. So you divide 1,000 a million and you come up with 1,000. So that means to buy that house, you need 1,000 rand deposit. The trouble is, the house price moves up and down. It moves down, let's say, by 1,000 rand, which is a tiny, tiny amount in a million rand. You're out. You're white. So that's the problem. Leverage is good as long as you understand the risk reward and understand the pros and cons. Nothing wrong with your Lambo, then, Mark. Nothing wrong with it at all. If you're just 17, you just passed your driving test, and you're a nervous driver, you suddenly, hey, this could do 300 Ks and off you go, and you have an accident. It's not the Lambo's fault. You didn't understand the pros and cons of what that car can do. Simple as that. Okay. That's why it's vital to spend some time, come to trader and do a little bit of basics, get to know, look at Bloomberg, that's a bit over the top there, but get to know some basics on the US and keep yourself informed what's happening and build up those skills and experience. And yeah, it becomes a lot easier. And after a while, you can look at a chart and almost instantly get an idea whether it's worth going further or not. $180, yeah, that's kilometers an hour, yeah. I've driven 180, it's not right, I've driven it, but I've never driven at 200. I've been the passenger driving at 200 or more, and I can't say I was very comfortable with that. But on my own, I've just gone over 180 a couple of times, but I'm not comfortable with it. And the motorbike guys, they do 200. Trouble is a motorbike, you come off of that speed, and you've got a problem there. Looks like, I think, 12,000 holes, 12,000 bounces. We might, what's coming off now? Is that the index? Yeah, the index is coming off a bit. I think 12,000 might hold. You might get a bit of a bounce there. The guys are trading Nasdaq. We might get a bit of a bounce at 12,000. Okay, we'll see anyway. Right, before we close this count to 12:30, so I'm just joining now. Maybe it was in, we got kicked out on this Wi-Fi. Just quick before we close up. Hope that was valuable to you. So it's the light on. Getting a bit dark. Valuable stuff for you in the meantime. Just want to revisit a couple of trades before we close up. AUD USD is still doing okay. Yep, still doing fine. Still doing fine. Modify your stop loss, a beauty. Euro CHF, that was one we looked at. See how that's going. Let's look at that one. See how that's going. Euro CHF, still even Stevens. So it's a bit neck to neck. Zeph and Ashley are 2 pips ahead of us. We got an 80 at short. They got 80 as a long. They're a couple of pips ahead. So slight in their favor. We'll check again tomorrow. CHF JPY, 142.20, a re-entry of those who took it. More or less breaking even, not much happening there, a bit quiet. Euro C, done that one. GBP CAD was a beaut, all been a profit. It's bounced back up again, no surprise there. Maybe just take it. You've done very well out of it, and just take it. Might have got a better price tag already, so that's a winner. CAD JPY, has that pulled back a bit? Someone else has pulled back a bit, might have done. Nope, still doing okay. Get your stop modified as mentioned. You can't lose in that trade. See if you can get some more profit out of it. Anything else? I think we've covered it all. Okay, just wanted a quick recap there. We couldn't find a decent trade on the share, unfortunately. The other ones we did all worked. So we'll see an opportunity. We might get to buy some of them if we get a bit of a bounce. Maybe tomorrow afternoon if you want to do it, or maybe Monday, probably better. Okay, maybe an opportunity on Monday. Okay, right, where were we? Gold, I thought 69 might be very, very, very risky and get 1690 bounce. If you took it at 1690, the bounce, don't think anyone did. If you did, get your stop up to 1690 so you can't lose. Simple as that. Very risky against the trend. We could go back up to 1700. Okay, guys, we covered a bit. I hope you learned a lot. Went at reasonable speed. Hope has got clear. Hope you learned. Our trades seem to be coming together, and I hope your knowledge is increasing. Hope you're happy, and hope you're understanding, and let's start to see some clarity. Okay. Before we go, any comments? Well, if you're going long, 11, what you're talking about in the NAS, that's, no, if you're going long here, no, you can't put 11,950. Now you've got to put 200 pip stop. If you put a 50 pip stop on the NAS, you're going to be out. Now, you can't put a 50 pip stop. I'm going on and on and on and on about that. Please, guys, that's why I say you can't trade the NAS on small accounts. You cannot trade the NAS on a 50 pip stop. This is not a Forex. You've got to know the different volatilities of it. That's why you come here and I'll assist you with it. If you're going to go for the NAS as a buy, I think, and it seemed to have a little bit coming in there, a bit of a bounce. Let's have a look. Bit of indecision there. It's not certain as yet. Little bit of a bounce. High speed job this. You're going to have to put the stop, I would say 11.8. You will be risking in the region of 24 US dollars. If you can't afford that, you don't have enough free margin, do not do it. Okay. But I think you might get a bounce. But you must have a decent stop. Make your stop at 12.8 and maybe take it back up to maybe 12.5. Could get to 12.6, but at least 12.5 if it bounces. But I think that's going to be temporary. I think we're going to see 11,000 before we get some sort of consolidation before we start. Maybe a little bit lower before we get back into the bull market like we did at COVID times. Okay. But please don't even think of putting 11,950 stop in if you go to the Nasdaq. That won't cut it. You might get lucky. Now I've said that, but normally that's not the right way to do it. COVID levels are fine because you did okay with it. You did buy the rotation up, it went. It's a no-brainer. Not pre-COVID levels, during COVID, I mean. Okay, guys, good stuff. Like Tesla, yeah. Brilliant, Philip. Brilliant, guys. Yeah, and what can I say? Catch you tomorrow morning, those who can make it. Brilliant. And yourself. Thanks, guys. Thanks for interacting. Learned some stuff there. Hope that economic calendar was useful. Great stuff, Alfred. Good stuff.